Hey everyone, here's another video update for Treasure Reef, and before I start I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the new 9.2 beta version of Aquatic Log for iPhone. I'm already getting your feedback. There's lots of new features in there. I'm still experimenting. There's a few things that may or may not make the cut, so don't necessarily think that this is end all be all. But having said that, I'm really pleased with how it's turning out, and this is your time to provide more feedback. Ooh. No, this is fish food, so it's not for me. Now that's better. Alright, second, let's talk water flow in my fish tank. So one of the reasons I've just fed the fish is, well, there's two reasons. One is they are hungry, and two, I want to show off my water flow, and I want to talk a little bit about it. So right now I have, since the beginning of this tank, I have four MP40 Quiet Drive water pumps by Ecotech. So these are the power heads that I've had a lot of experience with. I really like the fact that there's two parts to it. Most of my viewers already know all the benefits of MP40s, and these ones are really quiet as well. And when I was picking out the layout as well as the schedule for it, I was actually inspired by the Worldwide Corals tank. It's the one where they have the that special white or ghost tang in there. So I've kind of tried to mimic the same setup. So there is two MP40s on each side of the tank. There's one kind of a little bit closer to the midpoint of the tank, and it's more to the front. And then, because the landscape is going back, the other one is a little bit higher. And the way I have it is for half of the day, both pumps go reef crest, and I have made it so that one side of the tank is anti-synced to the other. So basically, if the left pump is going at reef crest at 100%, then the other one is basically fairly quiet. So what I was trying to achieve here is trying to get as much water flow in one direction and then the other. I've had pretty good experience with the gyre, MaxPack gyre, when they came out, but I didn't like the cleaning aspect of it, so I've abandoned them a long time ago, and I'm only using MP40s on bigger tanks, and I'm using Neros for my smaller tanks, which fairly soon I'll try to do a few videos on. Now, I've set it up, and then the second half of the day is when I run the gyre mode on the MP40s, where one side is going at let's say 80% for 10 minutes, and then the other side is quiet, and then when the left pump is off, then the right pump will kick in for 10 minutes and it'll just alternate. So that's the theory, and then the back is still going at reef crest at 80%. So I've had that. It's okay. I don't know if this is the optimal way, and I'm getting a little bit bored of it, and I'd like to see maybe a little bit more motion in the tank, because I don't really see much of it here, especially now that the corals are starting to grow in. In the next couple of days, I plan to change my MP40 schedule, and this is where I think I may try a few built-in Ecotech modes like the nutrient export and all the other ones. But if you can make a recommendation, or if you think that there is a certain schedule that had really worked for you, or you think it will work well for me, please write in the comments below, and I will strongly consider using that input in my new schedule. And once I have the new schedule, I'll make sure to share it with the team, with the group, especially give it a couple of weeks to see how it works out. Finally, I want to say that it's been a few weeks that I've taken Marine Pure blocks out. I haven't had a crash, but I actually have not measured my nitrates and phosphates since then. So tonight I plan to measure them both, and we'll see where they are. I think just by judging on the algae, they must be somewhat elevated. And having said that, so far I haven't had anything go worse in the tank. So I did lose a couple of the corals that were already dying, but this guy, the 5A, is still hanging on. And if you want to see what my parameters are, you can go to Aquatic Log and search for DTOM or Treasure Reef, and you will see what my nitrates are going to be tonight. Having said that, thank you for watching, and wish you all happy aquarium keeping.